Woo-wee! These games sure do take a while to start up, man. I'm not gonna lie. I guess it makes sense. They have to set the mood, make sure we're really feeling spooked. But goddamn, I started the recording the minute the game booted up, and this motherfucker took 5 minutes before it let me move around. Now I get it. Some people appreciate that. They want to be bought into what's going on. But me, man, I'm just trying to get through the tutorial. Like, yes, I know how to move. Yes, I know how to jump, even though jumping isn't in this game. There's really not much new, so it's like, man, can we just get moving? Now, for me, the Dead Space games, I don't, first of all, know who made them. I'd have to check that. But this looks really good. I believe this is the first Dead Space game. Actually, I'm 100% certain that this is the first Dead Space game. And this looks better than some of those bullshit games that came out, like Shroud's Concord, and then that other really random Steam Overwatch clone they made. There's a lot of free games coming out nowadays that are just super shit and are based on microtransactions. So it's nice to see Game Pass add some single-player games that you can still enjoy without playing with friends and have zero microtransactions. I was also surprised to see there's no DLC, at least for this game, because I feel like once this came out, a lot of people were asking for more content. However, they did drop the next two games, and I gotta say, Dead Space 2 is by far one of my favorites. These have always been pretty scary to me, a little unfair at times, but I almost enjoy that. I don't want to lollipop or lollygag my way through a horror game. I want to be jump scared. I want to be surprised when an enemy comes out. So it's cool that at some points in this video, I turn around and boom, there's an enemy right behind me. I'm completely surprised. I'm losing health, and it's a giant shit show. That's a thing I struggle with in some of these games, is that you end up just hoarding health packs, and you're this unkillable demon. Now, I'm sure there are people who are really good at this game who, when they play it, they're never taking damage nor using health packs to begin with. But it's nice to see that I'm constantly using them and genuinely playing it like a survival horror, not just an FPS where I'm absolutely shredding everything. The gun you get in this game is so iconic, because it's like a horizontal and vertical shooter, which is perfect because if you didn't know, the main claim to this game, at least when it comes to the enemies, is you have to shoot their limbs off. You can light those fuckers up in the chest. You can hit them in the head. I was almost going to say the head isn't a limb, but I think it is. I feel like why wouldn't it be, right? I know legs and arms are, but why wouldn't the head be a limb? What classifies as a limb? Chat, can someone search up what classifies a limb? Because I'm not sure. I gotta say, though, this one they teed up a little too perfectly. You see all your boys through two glass mirrors. You're in a separate room completely safe by yourself. I mean, look how inconspicuous this, like, come on. Like, I knew almost right away that these guys were toasted beans. Like, there was no saving these fuckers. Like I said, if you barely know their name and they're trying to help you at the beginning, you know they're fucking done for. The lights go out. It's wraps for them. It's just a matter of when it happens. And this is all just to teach me, I guess, that I have to sprint and that there are enemies nearby. Really, all I'm waiting for is to unlock Stasis, which in this game allows you to control time, both enemies and objects, to slow them down. Now, I'm not sure the lore as to how that was created in this world, but it is way forgiving when you have enemies blitzing you, because their attack speed is pretty fast. This is one of those games where they combo you. It's not necessarily you take a hit, retreat, heal, come back. It's like you take a hit, then another 3, and you're dead. So here, I was fucking scared as shit. One thing I did notice, though, is that I got stuck at times, and I don't think they were able to hit you. I think this was one of those freebies where it didn't matter what happened, you were able to get out of there. This is also really dope. He was primed up to shoot you and fuck you up, and then he just gets crushed by the elevator. My boy does an animation where he grimaces looking back. Now, this suit is really fucking awesome. The ring around his helmet, for some reason, reminds me of the Batman Who Laughs. I'm not sure why, that's just where my head goes, but I genuinely do love it. The way he has this style is awesome. Also, the HUD, if you've noticed, is completely empty. There's no bullshit health bar, map. That's everything you access on your own. These games, it's important to see everything around you, so it's nice that it allows you to be able to have that freedom of where there's nothing taking up your screen. I mean, even the way you have to look through the game to get to your objective. You just click your right stick and it shows you the path. It is so easy, and I love that. I feel like more games should adopt this. You see those memes where it's like, how many things can I put on the HUD? You got the Minecraft health bar, you got the Dark Souls 3 health, you got the Lego Batman studs, and it is so much, and it is really fucking stupid. So it's nice that they give you so much room to work with. Also, the fact that you only get a flashlight through aiming down your weapon is pretty fucking awesome. It's letting you know right there that's complete action. Like, if the flashlight's out, you're in fucking trouble. Which I do like because, like I said, this game is dark. And it needs to be dark. I don't want to be able to see anything. I want to be searching through something, squinting my eyes, trying to find it, thinking I see something, and then boom, I get fucked up. Now, the punching and stomping mechanics. I feel like this is kind of an artificial game lengthener. I don't really see the purpose for it. I mean, boxes you can stomp are so very obviously loot boxes, so why can't I just pick them up or search them rather than just being able to stomp? I guess thinking about it now, I believe there are some enemies who look dead but come to life unless you stomp them, so I could understand why. So I'm actually going to take back that comment. I do completely understand. It's like in Zombieland, like the first or one of the third rules is always double tap. Like, you're not always sure if they're dead. And I totally agree with this. Like, I would never own a gun, but if it's a zombie apocalypse and I own a gun, like, I need to make sure that motherfucker's dead. Like, I'm blowing his head smooth the fuck off. Because who the fuck am I going to look like chilling in the crib, eating some rice-a-roni after a long day of battling zombies, and then the one I shot in the arm just comes back to life and fucks me? I cannot deal with that trauma nor stress, so I'm trying to get the fuck out of there. Now I have to get the tram running, and this is going to be a pain in the fucking ass for me. I could not figure this out for the life of me. It took me many attempts. It's going to be up to you guys to watch the rest of this video to see if I get it. Spoiler alert, I don't, and that's why this is a short video. But my videos aren't meant to be watched for the gameplay. I simply just want you listening to this and lackadaisically looking at it at times, checking it, but it's really not that video. It's not what I intended it to be. It's always just been me kind of spitballing and commentating strictly when I'm bored because I have nothing better to do at 12:46 a.m. on a Saturday night. Which, is that embarrassing? I don't think so, man. Let's normalize staying inside. You look at TikTok and everybody's out on New York telling Joshua Block to put the fries in the bag, or asking women extremely demeaning questions about how many bodies they got. But why can't we play 10-year-old space games by ourselves while talking to ourselves to make YouTube videos that realistically only 100 people see and 2 people comment like internet warriors saying I'm ruining their gameplay experience? I'll never forget the comment I got about the guy calling me a fake Marvel Rivals fan because I switched up on it. That game hasn't been out for a fucking year. How can we already be gatekeeping that game? I hope he is watching this video now, and I hope he's doing good. Because all that hate in his heart is going to sicken him, and it's going to lead him nowhere. Now, I pick up plasma energy there. Is that ammo? Also, the credits. Is that to upgrade my gun? And I've never gotten far enough in these games to know, do I get a second gun, like a new gun? Or is it always this one and I'm constantly modifying it? Because one thing I would upgrade almost immediately would have to be the flashlight. It is nice for now and it is quite bright, but I need something that really fucking blows up, lights up the motherfucking room. I have no time to be in the dark all scared, so I need to have that assurance that when I'm aiming down my sights, I know what I'm looking at. Now, this is like a puzzle right here, which I didn't know these games had. I always thought they were more exploration and scavenging, and you kind of shoot your way through shit. but I'm just extremely confused. I know I have to use stasis to slow down certain trams. If someone could comment what the fuck I was supposed to do, because when I also try to use the objective finder, it just tells me to stay in this room, and that did not help me at all. I got seriously frustrated. I have 3 clips, all 4 minutes of me in this room, either dying to this fucker right here, or just not understanding it and getting frustrated with it. That's the limb shooting I was talking about. It does make it pretty easy to shoot their limbs. I mean, they are small hitboxes. I'm also not sure. Can you shoot them not in the limbs and they still somehow die? I'm assuming not, but that would be something to test out just for shits and giggles. Right there, I'm not sure why I healed. I'm just not good at this game. I don't think I'm good at any of the games that I play, but like I've said before, see the previous comment. You're not watching these videos for the gameplay, and if you are, there's no shot you're still watching at this point. So I load in for round 2, and I'm like, alright, I know I'm not beating this puzzle, but at least I can mow down these enemies. I usually don't play with sound in my games, which I know is a huge disservice to the audio, because I know it's super cinematic and like really sets the tone. But I'm listening to that old Bad Bunny album, man. I went to New York once, heard it in Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and it's literally like my 15th played most song. And seeing how many songs I've listened to this year, that's a huge thing. I'm also a little bit of a baby, and it does make me less scared to when I'm listening to regular music. The stasis right here, it's way too overpowered. Even if I miss all my fucking shots, it is so much easier to line them up and be able to get these kills. I highly recommend everyone tries Dead Space. This is definitely a fun game that you go back to every now and again just to further yourself. Unless you're a dumb fuck like me stuck on the easiest puzzle at the beginning of the game, then don't play it and continue to replay Lego Batman 1 until you fill that void in your empty heart.